What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Evolution Everton, episode number 60, where, as you can see, I have Team of the Year MESSI as a concept in my squad. The only time in the last 3 weeks that I've not been at home and at my desk for 6 PM content, just out of curiosity, to be honest with you, or at least like downstairs and on my phone, and then something good comes out and you come upstairs and do it, or whatever it might be, was the night that EA dropped the broken Team of the Year MESSI player pick. Yes, I missed it. We didn't even get a chance to get him. Apparently, it was at a 25% chance of getting Team of the Year MESSI in that pick. I, unfortunately, came upstairs about 25 past 6, having come home from a dog walk, and EA disabled it at 24 minutes past 6. Brilliant. So no Team of the Year MESSI for me, unfortunately, and we'll talk about that a little bit. I'm just going to run you guys through the order of business for today's video. So, we have now finished the daily login, which is class, because if I jump down all the way down here to it, we're getting an 83 times 20 again, and an 85 times 3, plus some of the packs that are probably still chilling in my store. So we can open them. We've got Evos to talk about. We've got an Evo to discard. An Everton player will be getting sacrificed to the SBC gods. So stay tuned for that. And before we open our packs, we've got 10 player picks, which is very nice too. But before all of that stuff, we need to talk about MESSI, and we need to qualify for FUT Champs. Now, we mightn't have Team of the Year the MESSI, but what we do have is Eusebio. So in he comes for Team of the Year MESSI, who unfortunately will never be mine and will be playing against quite a lot, I would assume. We're going to test out Team of the Year Edison as well, because Van der Sar doesn't have hands, unfortunately, on this game. So let's get that man a glove to boost. Just a tip for you guys as well. A lot of people don't use gloves on their goalkeeper, which first of all is mental because your hands are quite slippy, especially when it rains, and it's good because they've got like rubber on them and stuff. Second of all, it's really good because a basic boosts all of their stats, but you don't really need a boost to kicking and speed. I mean, Edison's got 93 kicking anyway because it's Edison, and he even has the long ball playstyle. But it's just a bit of a waste, isn't it? Whereas if you put a glove on him, his handling goes plus 12, his diving's plus 8, and his positioning's plus 4. So it's like the best way to boost your goalkeeper stats. Whereas, I guess I can show you. I think people neglect chemistry styles for their goalkeepers, whereas everybody does them for their outfield players. Now look at this. A wall's terrible because one of the boosts is kicking. A shield is terrible because one of the boosts is kicking. A cat is actually pretty good, but one of the boosts is speed. Basic boosts everything, and glove gives diving, handling, and positioning. You miss out on reflexes, but you don't waste it on kicking and speed. So, get your gloves on your goalie. Now, custom tactics to talk about as well. We are going to take a little look back and go back to our 4-3-2-1, which we were incredibly successful with. However, we now have in our back pocket a 4-1-4-1 for if we're struggling to break somebody down with 4-3-2-1. I would also like to get a 4-4-2 sorted out as well, and maybe a 4-2-3-1. So rather than being I'm going to play this custom tactic, man, I want to be I've got my preferred custom tactic, but if it's not working, we can switch to all of these different ones. So now that we've actually got a pretty ridiculous team as well, to be honest with you, I'd say the weak link in this team now is Danjuma and Branthwaite, and obviously we're testing out new goalies. Branthwaite we can Evo, and it is something I want to talk to you guys about, because I was waiting to start the Branthwaite Evo because I thought Future Stars was coming next, and this has got 12 days left on it, and I thought the next promo was going to be Future Stars. Starts in a day and 7 hours, road to the final, and we usually get 2 squads of it, 2 weeks of road to the final, which means this thing will have expired. Which means, unless EA drop another centre-back Evo in the next 12 days, which I'm tempted to hold out for, you know, just in case. EA are annoying like that. And we could put Tarkovsky in this one and put Branthwaite in the new one. We're going to be putting Branthwaite into this. And we've showed you he's going to look class. I was optimistic that we would get a Future Stars Branthwaite, and then I could put Tarkovsky into this, or Holgate. But it's... I mean, we might do, but it's going to be a gamble at that point, because the Branthwaite won't be out and confirmed yet. So we'll go on to that in a different video. Lots of other Evos and stuff to talk about. Like I said, Danjuma's probably the weak link in the team, apart from Branthwaite now. Just because he doesn't play quite as good as his stats, whereas Harrison is unbelievable. And if you've got any suggestions for who we could play as a left mid, left wing, right mid, right wing to play centre forward or right mid in game. Bit complicated. Basically, Harrison can play on either side, so it can be either winger. He can play every single wing position. Left mid, left wing, right wing. So the alternate can also be any of them, whereas Danjuma is just the left mid, but that's fine, because Harrison can play right mid. And then they're going to play up front in game, basically. So any suggestions? I'll give you a little one that I'm leaning towards and think could be absolutely unbelievable. And I wanted to try out her Thunderstruck ages ago on the Road to Glory. Never got round to it. And now she's got an even better card. Team of the Year honorable mentions Diani. It's the same as her Thunderstruck, but now she has Whipped Pass Plus as well. That could be a good one. Comment section if you guys can think of something better. For now, let's jump in before we open all these player picks and packs and stuff, and let's try out Eusebio for the first time in FUT Champs qualies. All right, we're playing against Hotel, Thiago, Allison. Oh my God, it's a... Okay. Evo Darwin Núñez, pretty Liverpool themed. Kind of like it. Nice. Now, whilst we play this game, we're going to talk about MESSI, because there's some people, I think, in order to have gotten the MESSI, you basically need to be a big old FUT nerd, basically, because you had to be on at 6 p.m, involved in the community to see that it was glitched and you should go and do it yourself, or just wanting to do it yourself straight away anyway because you're a big old nerd, you know? So I think there won't be as many of them as people are perhaps making out. Go on, Eusebio. Ah, okay. Just because not actually that many people do it. The issue is they will all be in FUT Champs because they're the big nerds that actually are on at 6 o'clock and doing the content straight away, you know? So I personally do think it is potentially one of the stupidest and one of the most impactful mistakes EA have ever made, simply from the fact that we'll be getting ridiculous squads that we have to play against, basically Team of the Year MESSI, in FUT Champs so much. And they've given a portion of the player base a card that on the market was about 8 million coins. And they just give them it for the cost of an 85 squad or whatever it was, which is just ridiculous, to be honest with you. And is quite game. Oh, good save, Ederson, by the way. I'm not playing particularly good because I'm talking to you guys, but it doesn't really matter. We got lots of games to qualify for champs. It's game-breaking, essentially. The reason MESSI costs 8 mil is because everyone wants him. And the reason everyone wants him is because he's ridiculously good. And the reason they want that is because it helps you win games. So EA have basically just given someone a card that is going to help them win way more games than they would have normally. Pay to win, basically, except they didn't pay for it. EA just give them it. Now, if you perhaps... Go on then. There we go. Great ball from Harrison, by the way, and good finish from Danjuma after me slandering him. If you perhaps aren't super up to speed with it, maybe your knowledge of FUT or how in-depth you are with FUT is just chilling, watching my Road to Glory, watching some stupid Scouse fella Evo loads of Everton players and talk loads of rubbish. Maybe that's your level of FUT involvement. If so, let me basically take you through what happened, and then we'll talk about what's going to happen, which is nothing. EA are just going to pretend it didn't happen. And just what I think and how gutted I am that I don't have a MESSI, basically. Now, EA released a player pick that was called a Leagues Upgrade, a Team of the Year Leagues Upgrade, basically. So it was a player pick where you got an 86 rated player or above from any league that has a card that has a Team of the Year in it. Sounds like a cool idea. It's a solid concept for an SBC. It wasn't particularly expensive, and it gave you an 86 plus. Class. Good idea, EA. Well done. Now, unfortunately, what happened is everyone got MESSI out of it. Now, this isn't confirmed as to why, but what seems to have happened is... Oh, he's not Travellaed it. What seems to have happened is the player pick randomly chose a league from the 12 or whatever it was leagues that it could have been, and they were just completely randomly selected. And then it then goes and finds you a player from that league that you can have. Now, the players were weighted because when it was selecting people Premier League and giving people Premier League players, it obviously wasn't giving them Team of the Year Haaland or Team of the Year De Bruyne every single go. You are 99% likely to get somebody like Andy Robertson, and a 1% chance that you might get Team of the Year Haaland, because that's how it works in it. That's what EA do. However, the only 86 rated player in the MLS is MESSI. So when this player pick randomly chose the leagues that you were going to get players from. If one of the leagues it chose, well done, Edison. If one of the leagues it chose was MLS, you were guaranteed to get Messi. This is not confirmed, but this is like pretty widely accepted. This is probably how it works and probably how the bug happened. Because if it goes, okay, you're getting a player from the Prem, Liga and Bundesliga, and then it just randomly picks you a player, and it probably gives you golds. However, if it goes, you're getting Prem, Liga or MLS, having picked you Andy Robertson and Marquinhos for your Prem and Liga ones, once it gets to the MLS, the only player it could possibly pick was Team of the Year Lionel Messi, which is just mental. And EA didn't realise when they made the player pick live that that was the only player you could possibly get from that PP. So if you're a bit out the loop and wondering why everyone's talking about Team of the Messi, that's what's happened. So everybody did that player pick in the first 25 minutes whilst it was out. Basically had assuming it's weighted equally, a 25% chance of it happening. Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think it will have been weighted equally. Because I think, as we're going to do now, as we go over and open some of these player picks, Eusebio seems quite good as well, by the way. That guy wasn't particularly good at this game now. As we open these player picks, I don't think the leagues are evenly weighted. I think it's more likely to give me, which it hasn't here to be fair, somebody from the Turkish league, or somebody from the MLS, or someone from the NWSL, or whatever it may be, than it is to give me a Premier League player. So I reckon the MLS was weighted heavier, and you were more likely to get offered MLS than you were to get offered Prem. Which means it was a minimum of 25% chance of getting Messi, assuming it was weighted equally. But it could have been anything up to like 50 if you were twice, 3 times as likely to get offered the MLS than you were Premier League, because EA were trying to make the pick bad, and in doing so, inadvertently made it stupidly good. It's actually kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. Now, this does make me think, and I always quote a thing called Hanlon's Razor when it comes to EA, and it basically says, never attribute to malice that which can be adequately explained by stupidity. So there was a big old controversy about pack weight for Team of the Year as well. And when just the defenders were in packs, there was a 5% chance of getting a Team of the Year. And then they put everything in, and the chance went down, even though the defenders stayed in, and now there was midfielders and attackers. Now, this isn't saying that it didn't go down. What I'm saying is, if it did go down, I think it's probably just because EA don't know what they're doing. But I think what's more likely happened is EA don't know what they're doing and calculated the percentage wrong, because it was a real freaky coincidence that the percentage chance of getting a Team of the Year when all of the Team of the Years were in packs was the average chance of getting a Team of the Year midfielder, attacker, and defender worked out. So if you had a 5% chance of a defender, 1% of attacker, and 3% of midfielder, when you add them all together, it doesn't quite add up to 9%, because that's not how percentage works, but you're obviously a lot more likely than 5% to get one. What EA seems to do is add 5, 3, and 1 up, and then divide it by 3, which gets you 3%. And the maths worked perfectly, down to the decimal points. Which it just seems too stupidly coincidental, and it's probably just EA not knowing what they're doing. Good fodder, thank you, EA. Now, I think there's been a problem with Team of the Year pack weight and stuff anyway, mostly because of how many untradeable packs EA give us. Not necessarily because they lowered the pack weight this year, or they messed the pack weight up. Maybe they did mess the pack weight up. I think it's more likely that they're just stupid and don't know what they're doing, and don't know how to work percentages out. But the fact that everything you get is untradeable this year has made Team of the Years so stupidly expensive and inaccessible to people who are very good at doing Road to Glories and stuff. You can't. It's 90 million coins to buy every Team of the Year, which is just ridiculous. Which makes the fact that they gave everyone a Team of the Year MESSI even more broken. Because no one else can afford to get them. And I assume once I get through FUT Champs qualies and get actually into FUT Champs, we're going to be playing against Messi quite a lot. Like, Team of the Year Van Dijk is how you counteract Team of the Year Messi. Team of the Year Van Dijk is extinct at 12 million coins. EA have absolutely, completely messed up pack weight this year. And not even just because of, oh, they've took them out of packs, oh, they've lowered the pack weight, or this, that, whatever it may be, and any conspiracy theories, just because it's completely wrong. They've just not accounted for the fact that there's so many untradeable packs. And 90% of the team of the years that are getting packed are just stuck in people's clubs untradeable. And obviously they're going to use them, but not everybody wants to use a team of the year Van Dijk that they get. In previous years, people would sell it and use the 5 million coins to build a 5 million coin squad that's balanced across the team. Like that guy who I just played in the last game didn't have a very good squad. If he packed Team of the Year Van Dijk last year, he'd sell him and build a class team. And he'd probably have normal Van Dijk and an icon centre-back and grab himself some honourable mentions and, you know, you guys know what I mean. Whereas this year, he's basically forced to keep rocking his non-rare gold squad or his rare gold squad and then, got a new Eusebio, and use his Team of the Year Van Dijk. So the supply on the markers of them is just nulpwa. Now, personally, from a balancing of the game perspective, I feel like EA should revert it. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to do anything. But in order to make the game as fair as possible, realistically, EA should revert the game back to before that player pick happened. Give everyone their fodder back, take the Team of the Year Messi's away, say sorry, maybe give the people who got one a loan as an apology or something like that. So they can have a go over them for 10 games. I don't think they're going to because it'd be terrible PR. But in terms of like competitive integrity of like esports competition, playing foot champs and stuff like that, accidentally giving a big chunk of the player base a 10 million coin card or whatever the bloody hell it costs for free is mental and very unfortunate for all of the other people that have to play against it. Now, I wish I was one of them people, and I don't begrudge the people because it's EA's fault, and I know EA aren't going to do anything, so enjoy your Team of the Year Messis. I hope I don't have to play against too many of you. But that's probably what they should do in the interest of fairness. That'll give everyone a Team of the Year Messi, which they're obviously not going to do because nobody's buying FIFA points if they've got Team of the Year Messi. So it's a sticky situation. I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comment section. We've obviously got lots of other things to talk about in this video, like with our Evos, what I think about Eusebio, open our daily login packs and stuff like that. But that is... What was he on? Is that not a foul? Okay, he touched the ball apparently. That's been like the biggest bit of news in the community in quite a while. The most ridiculous one I can remember that's similar to it is the Pele thing, where people opened... Now, don't quote me on the exact stats of this, but basically people opened a player pick or a pack that was meant to give you an icon that was max 89 or something like that. And some people got Pele out of it because EA set the thing up wrong. EA's solution wasn't to take their Pele away or to just say, whoops, sorry about that, you got a Pele. They proceeded to give them their player pick back again because they shouldn't have been able to get Pele and gave them a tradable version of Pele as compensation. That is absolutely absurd. Now, that crashed the market for Pele price, obviously. They also did the same thing with Cruyff, where they accidentally put the wrong playstyle plus on a special version of Cruyff. Everyone who bought Cruyff got their coins back because EA changed the playstyle plus to what it should have been and then said, you didn't buy that card, here's all of your coins. So anyone who could afford to buy I think Thunderstruck Cruyff for like 8 million or whatever, got to keep their Thunderstruck Cruyff, which was still worth like 7.5 mil. It wasn't quite as good with the new playstyle, and got their 8 mil back. So there's some ridiculous mistakes that EA make that really, really juice some people's teams. And as someone who this has never happened to, it does annoy me a little bit because I'm already grinding out here, you know, playing a Road to Glory, trying to get better at the game. And then EA are like, oh, let's give everyone else crap loads more coins than I've got. Bit frustrating, but it's EA, innit? What can you expect? Go on, Harrison, score a Travella, mate. There we go. He's very good, this card. I have brain dumped on you guys, basically, in this video, and this video is kind of turned into a live stream, so if you want to come and watch the live stream, twitch.tv/AJ3, we do a lot of chit-chat and we talk about stuff. We've been looking at glitched evos that we could potentially do in the start of today's stream, where we could maybe glitch a Jack Rodwell to have 3 playstyle pluses. Not really sure if it's worth it, though. There's also... We could do a glitched Richarlison, but he gets the playstyle plus that the special Richarlison already has, as well as a playstyle plus of a playstyle that the Richarlison already has normal. So he gets like Rapid Plus and Power Header Plus when the special Richarlison I have has Rapid Plus and Power Header normal. Doesn't really seem worth it, so I'm probably not going to do that. But we have a lot of good chit-chats, and we're going to have a lot more chit-chatting in this video because we've got some more packs to open and stuff once we've qualified for FUT Champs. My players actually feel really good now. This Eusebio, I mean, I know he's good. I've played against him loads. He's got 5-star weak foot, and his shooting's insane. Harrison is class. If I had Eusebio, Harrison, Messi up front, I think I'd just lose my mind, and I basically have completed the road to glory. But alas, not. So, yeah, I don't think EA are going to do anything. I don't think they're going to change anything. I don't think they're going to take people's Messis away. I don't even think they're really going to even acknowledge the fact that it happened, to be honest with you. But that has been my Messi brain dump. I am always, and always will be, fully in the camp of EA are just numpties and don't know what they're doing. I don't think there's some mad conspiracy theory like people think there is, with they've given people Messi to cause this to happen to the market. So people, I think they're just stupid. I just think they don't know what they're doing. I think that's the most logical answer to it as well. EA is a mega corporation that makes billions and billions and billions of pounds, and they've just announced their Q4 earnings, and they are absolutely ridiculous. They're up from FIFA 23 for FC24, understandably, because they've released so many store packs, which is what they will have wanted to prove to the board that they can be successful without the FIFA brand name. But whilst that is true, the people making the game is just like a load of late 20s, early 30-year-old guys who just normal people and make mistakes, you know, and far too overworked and understaffed. So as frustrating as someone who consumes their product, it's just, it's incompetence basically, but I don't think it's malicious incompetence. I don't think it's deliberate incompetence. I think it's just people being overworked by corporate overlords or whatever, you know? So, yeah, most of the time you got to take all the stupid stuff EA does with a pinch of salt and realize that EA doesn't really care about you. They only really care about if you spend the FIFA points or not. They're not bothered about whether they've broken your game or scammed you out of a goal in FUT Champs or anything like that. They just don't know what they're doing. So, we'll leave the crazy EA discussion. Surely not from there, Jack. Surely not from there, mate. Oh my god. We'll leave the crazy EA discussion. We'll leave the Messi discussion. And just say, good that I didn't get one. Hope I don't have to play against them too much. I don't think EA are going to do anything about it, although probably the most fair thing to do would be to take it away and revert the game, because you got him from not a glitch, but something that shouldn't have happened and isn't very fair for everyone else who wasn't there to be able to do it. But it is what it is. We move. We've got Eusebio. We've got Jack Harrison. He's absolutely class. We're going to go and qualify for FUT Champs, and then we'll come back and open all of our packs and stuff and talk to you guys about the Evo that we're going to do, where we'll be putting an Everton player into an Evo. Right, we're back. We've just finished qualifying for FUT Champs. We just made this guy rage quit after 40 minutes at 5-1. And I'd like to just show you guys the goal I've scored with Jack Harrison. Eusebio, really, really good player. Jack Harrison, really, really good player. And also just giga broken. Look at this. This is absolutely mental. Stupid. What a great game. So he's really good. We also scored a chip shot with Zidane. EA have patched chips, which is quite nice. And we've qualified for FUT Champs. Took us 5 games. We lost the game. That was a little bit unlucky. But the guy was quite good that we played against. Let's take a look at the stats, I guess, of Eusebio after playing his first 5 games for us. 7 goals and an assist. Very good. Unfortunately, Jack Harrison's a broken, and he's played 138 games when he like doing squad battles and stuff. So, I don't know. But he's really, really good. Very, 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 very good. And Travella Plus is absolutely broken, so we might be getting Diani to go on the other side and link her up with Basha, which would be cool. Okay, other things we've got to do in this episode. This episode has turned into a lot of chit-chat. So we might save all the Evo waffle, and I'll just open some packs for you guys. We'll open the 83 times 20 in this one, but we need to put this into some SBCs first. All right, getting rid of them players has actually give us an 85 times 2. So I'll treat you guys at the end of this video, because you've listened to me do a lot of talking, and talking about the Road to Glory, and talking about Ultimate Team and stuff. Was that 85 times 3 as well? All right, we'll open these, and the 83 times 20, and I'll work my way through the other stuff, because it's not absolutely groundbreaking. And we'll cover the Evos, and discarding our Everton players, and what we're going to do, and glitched Evo change, and all stuff like that in the next video, because I chatted on for like 25 minutes, 20 minutes, so rather than having a 2-hour-long video podcast, we'll open some packs as a nice little thing to round the video off. You guys can wait to find out about my Evos, and you can suggest me some players. But I'm not going to cook you in regards to the packs. We'll see the packs. Who's that? Have we just packed Queen Selma? We've just packed Queen Selma. There she is. Just their normal card, though. And Laporte. All right. Fodder. So we're working our way towards Sour as well. The teams are going to get even more ridiculous. Maybe we could do... Maybe you guys are going to suggest George Best. I kind of want to try Diani. Maybe you're going to suggest George Best. I don't know if we'd have enough to do that, but that could be pretty cool. He's got 2 playstyle pluses. 85 times 3 is an English left wing. Well, that's like 85 here, unless that's Lauren Hemp. That's not even a walkout. That is quite literally an 85 times 3 is what we've got there. Kunde, Fromes, and Grealish. All right. Potentially our last huge pack before Team of the Year ends to pack a blue. We've not got one on this account. We've had 2 on the main account, and we had a Team of the Year icon as well. We obviously spent a lot of money on the main account. 0 spent on this one. Any blues? No. That is unfortunate. A Brazilian centre-back from PSG. Ooh, Marquinhos. Double walkout. Very good fodder. McGull. Could have been better. 2 informs. Got a lot of them now, so it's going to be a while until our inform investment goes up in value, because I imagine everyone else has got a lot of them as well. But you never know what EA are going to bring out for Road to the Knockouts. There's some restocked fodder. There's lots of duplicate fodder as well. Some of it can be swapped out for tradables. Most of it's going to have to go into some SBCs. I'll see you guys next time.